Hello, everyone. I am Melissa King. You may know me from being on here last week and the week before and the week before that. Just being silly, y'all. Okay, so for today, usually I bring my partner up, but today my partner is our very special guest. So I'm going to give him the proper introduction like we do anyone that we interview on the show. So I just tell you a little bit about him. Uh, I call him Felsa Clopton. He is my financial guru. He has guided me on my journey through home-based business ownership. This year, he is celebrating 25 years on his W-2 job. How many people can say that? Okay. Um, he's rich. He has the biggest house in Hoover that he bought during the pandemic. And I can say it because he ain't here to tell me we lying. Uh, but his credit is great. His business is growing. He's been an entrepreneur for a long time. And he is a very good um, role model and a good hype man to get you excited about your finances. So, without further ado, let me bring up our special guest for tonight, Professor Tony Lupton. Hello.
Now, Melissa, half of that stuff was true, but another half of it,
I'm supposed to edify you.
you
Okay?
did that. Thank you. Thank you very
Let
much, Melissa, for edifying me. Thank you very
enjoy
much.
your
Okay,
edification.
you're right.
So yeah. Hey Jill's comfort zone. First one in the room. How you doing? Jill is one of the YouTubers
Hello,
that
Jill.
I frequent. She has a really good channel. Recently she's done um a couple of challenges where people were writing poetry. I think the last one was poetry relative to Black History Month or Martin Luther King. Before that, she had another one that was poetry. So real nice crowd. She a New Yorker, you know.
Okay,
You
okay, gotcha,
know.
gotcha.
So you have to pull out your if we ever have her on as a guest, you gotta pull out your New York accent for her, okay?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I can do that.
So Jill, thank you for coming through. Um, Yeah. Okay, so first of all, congratulations
Thank you
on
very much.
25 years at the job. That is awesome. I don't foresee that happening for me.
Oh,
Cause shoot, I'm already 50. For me to do 25, I would be about 70 something. So that ain't gonna happen. But I am proud of you. So what I want to do is do a little brief interview with you.
okay,
I couldn't find my Barbara Walters hair, so
okay. That's
okay,
all good.
this,
You
this
you
my
you
Gail
fly.
King hair. I'm
You
gonna do
fly.
you. I'm gonna do that Gail King and R. Kelly
Okay, okay, that's
that
fine.
interview. So at some point you're gonna have to break down and start crying and stuff.
Oh, I
You
can
know.
do that. I can do that.
Okay. So I even got my trusty questions wrote down. So
Okay.
Tony. You have been at your job for 25 years. That is a quarter of a century. That is a long time.
It is a long
Does it
time.
feel does it feel like it's been 25 years?
Yes, it does feel like 2025. My body is getting worn, hair falling out, but overall, I feel pretty good for my age, but the years are compounding. They are compounding.
Gotcha. Because I saw on the post you had over on Facebook, I guess that was when you first started, where you had your hair braided with the uh
Cornrow. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
cornrows and stuff. I said, look at young Tony versus
Yeah.
this Tony.
Right.
You done come a long way.
I have.
Okay, so let me ask you this. 25 years ago, you're reporting, it's your first day. In your mind, before you get ready to start this job, what is your plan?
Okay. So first off, I said I didn't want to work no more plant jobs, but I fell for the dangling carrot because I got out of the military and I was saying that hey, I want to try something different. Get out of the military. I got college money. I can go to any college.
Well, you know
College
what?
ain't
Come
paying.
to, come to think of it, give us a little bit of your background prior to starting the job.
Okay, okay. Traditionally, I got out of high school, ended up going to college on a football scholarship, supposedly to Alabama A&M. Go Bulldog!
Go Bulldogs.
Right. So I'm out there doing my thing. Some situations happened where the scholarship fell through, and I ended up having to make a decision: did I want to go to work or did I want to go to the military?
Mm-hmm.
Um, So I decided to go to the military to get the funds to go back to college. And I know at some point I didn't realize if I even wanted to go to college. You know, college don't pay no money. You're gonna be broke. And I said, well, let me go and see the world. So I joined up and enlisted with Uncle Sam.
Okay.
Got out of the military, and how ironically they were trying to send me to Germany, which I turned it down, and I ended up at Mercedes, a German-based company.
Wow. You know what? That is kind of, isn't that crazy?
It's
So
crazy.
the army was going to send you to Germany?
Yes, and I said, no, not today. Y'all can
And,
y'all can give me my little
and,
backpack and all my little papers. I'm finna go home, and I did that.
well, it looks like some type of infusion of German was in the cards for you, whether you uh, wanted it or not.
Right, absolutely.
But you know, Mercedes that is a very reputable company. Car I can't afford. You know, all of that good stuff.
Me
So
either.
so okay, so you starting there, it's your first day. Uh how long did you think you was probably going? Had you planned on working until retirement at
So
that place?
look, so Melissa, I'm glad you asked this. So it was my intentions to get in and get out, make as much
Mhm.
money as I can, just like anybody else. But unfortunately, pension plans, right, no longer work. You know, most companies have went to 401ks, and I can tell you, companies are saving more money by not paying pension plans. So the 401k is in the play when I get started at Mercedes. Now, here's a common mistake that I made is
Mm,
by not investing from day one. If you don't invest from day one, you will find yourself having to work for another 40 years, another
right.
50 years. Because it's like you putting your money in an investment account, which most of us don't have a clue about investing. So you just say, here, take some money and put it there. And by the time you look at it, you ain't got yourself nothing.
Not a doggone thing. Now, you know, I personally took another route. I couldn't even scrape up 25 years at a job if I had to. I changed jobs every 3 years, 3, 4 years. So I guess you could say I didn't really have no plan. So at least you had a plan in place, you know, and you said they weren't doing pensions by the time you started. I meant to download the video about the 401k so I could share it. So if you have it and you want to share it, we can do that a little bit later. So,
Okay.
all right. So my next question. So your plan you said was to get in there and make as much money as possible and get the hell out.
Right.
Right. So you feel like you reached that goal?
So
Did you
here's
have
the
you reached
thing.
the
Look,
goal
so
that
so
you
let me
were?
let me break this thing down. So the way my company works is that the more they work, you work a lot of overtime right at one point. And I started
Mm-hmm,
looking at I'm making good money, and so I thought until them
mm-hmm,
bills start rolling in. And then I was like, wait a
mm-hmm.
minute, I'm making and working all this overtime, and I ain't seeing all the money,
Right.
right? So I'm like, okay, they
Right.
say it's a good job, they're paying good money, but at some point I started looking at me and saying, wait a minute, Now I'm hanging out all every weekend. I'm spending money here and buying vehicles and all of this stuff. Got an apartment, eating all that stuff. I started looking at it and realized I ain't making no money for real. So I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to rethink this thing. I mean, 5 years from now ain't good. 10 years, I'm gonna still be here. 20 years, I'm gonna still be here if I'm not investing and doing the right things with my money. So
Right.
that's why I am right now at 25. I'm doing okay in my 401k, but a 401k alone is not enough. I can tell you that right now. You're going to find yourself 25, 30, and I'm not even at retirement age. Retirement age is like 59 and a half. And it's like, I might have to work another 10 years if my investments are not showing up when it's time for me to leave.
So, would you say, something that I've learned since starting a home-based business, they say you cannot get wealthy or get rich on a regular job. Would you agree with that statement?
I would wholeheartedly agree. And I'm talking from experience now. This is not something I read in a book. I'm looking at me working harder every day and
Mm,
realizing that I'm trading all of my time for dollars. And now I'm understanding by dealing with multimillionaires, they say when you trade your time for dollars, you're going to be taxed at a higher tax rate. So just because I signed up for that job, I gave the government an opportunity to take 35 to 40% of my pay. So
right.
I'm like, where the rest of it? So I
So,
started learning it. The pain moved me. You hear me saying? I'm
right,
saying the pain and the struggle of not knowing where my money went moved me. It forced me to start searching and looking for a better option.
right. With that being said, my next question I was going to ask you over these last 25 years, just based on career choice and what you've learned from being in the trenches and doing the work. What are some mistakes you made or areas that if you could do them differently, you would do them?
Ooh, man, that's a great
Give me a
question.
few of those.
This is a great question. I hope some of my co-workers listen to this one. This one's the biggest one for me. I literally probably bought and gave back over $100,000 by just leasing vehicles from the company that I work for. Right? I leased. Now that
Ooh,
means you never own it. I mean that was money just kind of like you threw what they call up a hog's whatever, boop boop, But
mm,
now that I understand now as a business owner, I should have been writing off the mileage on those vehicles. I should have been writing off the tags and the insurance. If I'm going to drive somebody else's vehicle, I should have been writing it off for myself, right?
right,
Not allowing my company to get all the benefits of writing it off. I should have been the one. So I say the main thing I think I messed up initially by leasing vehicles and not actually getting those business deductions that I could have been getting for probably over 10 years.
right. Right, because you pretty much you got an entrepreneurial spirit. So for a lot of these 25 years, you had other businesses, right?
Yes.
So one of the things that we know as home-based business owners is, like you said, one of the things that you can write off is vehicle leases.
Mm-hmm.
So what you telling me is you were doing these businesses and you were leasing the car. So basically, if it's like your average job where you buying something where you work, then were they taking it directly out of your check, the payments?
Absolutely. They're going to get their money direct
So
deposit.
instead of you getting a regular check after all that overtime, which
Mm.
not to mention, if you are not, um, if your W-4 is not filled out correctly, that overtime just makes them come through and plow through your money even more,
Yeah.
you know. So you basically working and they keeping a portion of your check again, you was left over.
Mm.
So you
Absolutely.
can drive their car to their job.
And advertise for them. Not for
Right,
me, but for them.
right.
Yeah, I made some bad mistakes and I'm starting to see them. If I coworkers that I know a few of my coworkers that do it. I'm just hoping that they would really listen because I share it. We have a plant T page, and I share a
Mhm.
lot of information. I hardly ever get people that kind of like get back with me because the page is not really set up for educational. They catch the T. It's the
Right.
T page, but I'm probably needing to create another page that call it the plant B page, like business, because there's a
Right.
lot of business owners that are inside of my company, and they're not, we don't get a whole lot of exposure because that page is not really, geared toward helping people. Even though
So
we know people need help.
you
Yeah,
need to kind of revamp and advertise it more
yeah,
so that it's coworker friendly.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
okay. Well, let me ask you this. I know I saw your picture earlier where you were standing with a group of your coworkers. Look like what might have been the first day.
yeah.
What percentage of those guys do you think are still there?
You know what, man? I tell you, so the company's probably about, I'd say, 30 years in. I'm 25. I'd say I know a couple of people that's 26, 27 years in. So I'd say a very small percentage because a lot of the people are retiring every day. The system is not the same as it was when I started. It actually it's
Right.
gotten better, but worse at the same time. When we talk about history repeating itself, we're starting to see that now inside of these businesses. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put the business out there, but companies have to change the way they make money and profits, and sometimes the employees kind of take the hit for that. You know what I'm saying? So we're
Yeah.
trying. It's a struggle trying to get the balance back right. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
it's really hard to keep everybody happy.
Okay. Um. Okay. Let me ask you this. Okay. This is year number 25 for you. You've been there. You like staged at the job. You wanted the old schoolers or whatever. Let's say somebody's coming in today, the same day that you celebrating 25 years. They're starting their first day. What
Hmm.
advice does seasoned Tony have for this brand spanking new um, person that's getting started today and wet behind the ears like he was 25 years ago? What you got for
Hey, off the rip, I'm gonna say, hey, start investing now. I know you may think you're struggling, but you need to start investing from day one so you won't even miss the money. The
him?
second thing I would say, start a home-based business. That's the easiest business that you can start because you're already spending money and you can turn those business expenses from daily activities like paying your bills, your cables,
Hmm.
things that we are struggling with right now, car note, rent, mortgage, water, cable, internet, taking vacation. All of these things are tax deductible if you have a business. Employees don't get those breaks. So
Right.
all you have to do is plug and play into some type of business where you're not losing all of your tax dollars to the government. That's what I would say to anybody starting up. Don't wait. Don't even think about it. Hey, let me start this investment account. And then the second thing I would do is take that seed money. We all have seed money. God blesses us with a job. But
Hmm.
at some point, you're going to have to start investing that money so it can grow for you, even while you're sleeping.
Okay.
That's my take. Yeah.
So, um, for this business in itself, my econ business that we're doing, this is going on year number 9 for you. It'll be 9 years in May, correct?
Yes.
How did your experience as a W-2 employee
Ooh,
or your
boy.
viewer change when you got this information and started this business?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you, everybody that starts a job, this is like the missing piece of the puzzle. Hey, I'm working hard, I'm struggling every day. I see people doing good. Why am I not doing good? We at the same job and I'm struggling, I'm stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
When I properly adjusted my W-4, and I'm gonna tell y'all, man, if you don't know what the W-4 is, probably losing some money. If
Right.
you feel like you got to go file an exempt to get some extra money back and putting yourself in further tax trouble, you truly don't understand how the W-4 works. And
Right.
when I learned it, I'm talking about after 17 years of working, y'all, I actually learned this from a multi-millionaire. This guy he took the time to help me dissect and break this thing down. And I'm talking about, man, my antenna's been up since day one when I learned this information. So I go back and look at all of my check stubs where I was over working extra 30, 40 hours a week. I mean, check fat, but Uncle Sam was even fatter. I'm like, how is he getting all my money? And I'm like, wait a minute. So I was giving them an additional $10 on top of the money that they were already taking from me. So I was like really overpaying. At some
Yeah.
point, I was giving up $800 to $900 in taxes every 2 weeks. That's $1,800. That's money that I won't even touch. I don't
What?
see
In Texas
taxes
alone? We ain't talking
alone.
about health care. We ain't not talking about FICA. We ain't talking about none of that. Just,
Federal taxes.
man,
They were ripping me.
that's a lot.
But here's the thing. Me and my wife, we thought we were doing it. Look, we getting back 12, 15,000. Because I had a business. My tax preparer knew you got tax deductions, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
also giving up more money in my paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Look out. Tax preparer's job is to keep you happy. Most of them. They want to see you coming in and getting this fat refund check so they can, some of them take a percentage, some of them don't. But the more you get, the more some of them get, right?
Right.
In
Right.
some cases, not all. But man, my tax preparer, he said, "Oh, Tony, you're gonna love me, man. You're getting back 12 this year. You're getting 15." I'm like, wow, that's good, that's good. All
Don't
the
you
while, all
love?
he doing, give me my money back.
I was gonna say, don't you love how they package uh the excitement that you
Yeah,
should be feeling about getting your own daggone money back?
yeah. I get it. It's a business. Even tax preparers, it's a business for them as well. But I really wish, and I ain't gonna lie, I thought about doing taxes, but I was like, no, these folks ain't gonna stress me. I ain't gonna let nobody stress me because when your money don't come in right or you done messed up and file exempt and you ain't getting no, and you owe some money, you're gonna be looking at look like I did something wrong. I can't do it. My nerves ain't good enough for that. But I would try to educate people, especially on that W-4 form, and starting some type of business that they can get tax breaks and benefits from. That would be my main goal, you know.
Well, kind of break down the W-4, the purpose of it, and all of that for anybody who might be listening for the first time and it's like, what are they talking about? W-4, W-2, all this stuff. Break it down
Okay.
for
Okay. So the W-4 actually come with the instructions on it. Most of us
them.
don't read it like putting information in the book, don't read it. So the purpose
Mm-hmm.
of the W-4 is to tell your employer how much to withhold from your pay. Anytime your personal or financial situation changes, it is up to you to make those adjustments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anytime. I don't care if it's day one, you start the day, something happened tomorrow. It is up to you to go and adjust it accordingly. Unfortunately, the W-4 form has been changed numerous times, and I think it's by design because when they confuse you, you off guard. You don't even know what number to put on. Most people don't realize it's not even a number now; it's a dollar amount
Right.
on your W-4 form.
I'm about to ask you, when you filled it out 25 years ago, do you even remember if you got any instructions or what you put on it or any of that?
Let me tell you what HR told me. How many kids you got? I said none. She said, you married? Nine. Put zero on it and get back to work. He's talking about get.
They told me the same doggone thing. They ain't even let me claim myself. Or I mean,
Get.
I could have, but that just meant I was gonna be paying more back. So it wasn't really worth it for me to do that. But I was just wondering, 25 years ago, did you I know I didn't have any knowledge of what the form was for. I remember getting it.
Right. Let me ask you this. Now, when you go to somebody's job, do you really think they really care about what you got going on the outside of their company? They don't care about your barber shop. They don't care about your beauty salon. They don't care about none of that. Now, if you go in there and don't know how to fill it out, that's all on you.
Right. Right. It's not their job to worry about that. It's their job to worry about whether you get to work on time, clock in on time,
Right.
take them 2 15-minute breaks,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
clock out for lunch.
Right.
You know,
Right, right, right.
anything that's gonna be a liability. And I don't want to sound like I'm knocking a job because Lord knows I need mine.
I need mine.
I
Yeah, I need
still
mine.
work mine,
Yeah, me
you
too.
know, but kind of like you were saying, when I started doing this business, my job started looking a little different to me. Because now I'm not looking at it like, if I stay here for another 20 years, I'm gonna be rich. Now I'm looking at it like I ain't gonna never be rich.
Mm-mm,
Not doing this, but
mm-mm.
it's enough to get me by. It's enough to, like you said, seed money,
Mm-hmm.
fund
You know,
the
I tell
other
you
things.
one word that I heard, and a lot of people might not understand this. You can actually leverage your job to make more money outside of your job. And I'm gonna tell you, this is how I see leverage. I see
I was
leverages that
gonna
are
say,
there.
explain leverage. Break that down.
Okay, leverage. Okay, there are millions of people that don't know how to fill out the W-4 form.
Mm-hmm.
There are over 3,000, 4,000 employees that I have access to at my job. I know
Okay.
most of them don't know how to fill out the W-4 form, but my company have empowered me to teach, right? Educate,
Right.
and I get compensated for teaching a common mistake that millions of people are making, like today. I mean, people are going into the workforce all day, every day. People are
Mm-hmm.
struggling with credit all day, every day. You leverage skills that you learn in the marketplace. Now, the marketplace is open for your skill set. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my job is I'm there to do what they ask me to do. But when I get outside of my job, I can leverage people, the information that I learned, and then it can help me grow my finances a lot faster than that W-2 job.
So it's like you taking what you got or what you know and using it
Hmm.
to take you to another level with, you know,
Absolutely.
your home
Absolutely.
business.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. All about leverage, y'all. I'm talking about, these some of the things that you learn don't have to come from a degree. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to school with student loan debt to learn what we have. That's why mentorship is so important. If I'd rather learn from a wealthy person, a multimillionaire that is actually thriving and teaching, than having to go to some professor that's being told what to teach me to go get a job. You see what I'm saying? That's why I realized school just wasn't for me. But I'm like I say, I'm not knocking it. It's a way to get you in the door. But a lot of times, the skill set that you learn can make you more money than a degree.
I will tell you this. I went to UAB, go Blazers. Um, for my field, I had to take a macro and a micro economics class.
Okay.
Ask me how much of that helped me with learning how to manage money. 0%.
Mm.
Because it just made me think about it when you were saying, you know, in school they don't teach you that. They teach you the definition of all of these terms, but they do not teach you how to leverage anything,
Hmm.
how to start a business. I mean, they give you the superficial start a business, what would you do, blah, blah, blah. But
Hmm.
that, in terms of what we've learned with this business we have, that was play. That stuff
Right.
they were teaching us was for play. That ain't mean for you to learn it because, and this is me and my conspiracy theory, if everybody is an entrepreneur, who is going to
Hmm.
be at Mercedes for 25 years? Who's going to be working for the hospital sitting at this desk like I do for 25 years when you
Right.
know you could get out there and start your own business?
Yeah.
So I just feel like, a little bit of conspiracy theory in there. It's by design that we're not really taught the type of things that we learn with this business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
We
really
already
is.
know that what you don't know is really what's hurting you. And if you weren't taught that and you have to follow a blueprint from, say, your parents or your uncle or somebody, you can only go as far as the level of what they know. That's why you really have to get in these circles to learn from people that are wealthy or successful. You have to get
Mhm.
into those rooms to be able to grow, because really there's no growth in the comfort zone, and you cannot be the smartest person in the room.
Right, because if you're the smartest person in the room, it's no room for you to learn and grow.
Right.
So you want to be around people who know more than what you know so that you can keep growing and keep learning.
That's
So let me ask you this. At what point in these 25 years, around year number 9, number 12, number 15, at what point did you make up in your mind that this ain't gonna be enough? I need to branch out and, you know, do something in addition to this.
uh the first day,
You knew
the
on day
very
one.
first day one, I've always felt that it was something else that I should be doing.
Right.
And actually, when I got connected with this company called My Econ, they actually taught me some things that I knew I was missing, and that was the tax system, the credit system,
Mhm.
leveraging, it was starting a business, and writing off your lifestyle. That was the most important piece, because we all have lifestyles, y'all. I don't care where you down from the where you live, the type of clothes you wear, the type of car you drive. All of those things are your lifestyle, and if you don't be careful, your lifestyle can break you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And so, me and my wife, we do a lot of traveling, and I'm starting to see now, if I'm going to take that vacation, I'm going to turn it into a business expense, and the government is going to reward me that money back. So I make a legitimate attempt to make a sale, and I'm always advertising. Y'all see me on all my social media
Oh
pages. I'm
yeah.
always, yeah,
We see
talking
you.
business. Yeah, so I've been audited twice since I've been in this business, and I tell you, when you have proper record keeping and you know enough about your business, the auditors will back off, because they just really want to see, do you know what you're doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
the business that I'm connected with taught me, and it has an audit proof system inside of cash flow manager. Me and Melissa talks about it a lot, but just being able to write off my lifestyle, I knew then that this was the missing piece of my puzzle, and it should be for everybody, because, like say, your lifestyle can make you or break you, and if you're not some type of business owner, the tax system gonna choke you
Right.
eventually, where you owe some money or you losing. Nobody wants to lose. So a lot of folks are losing on the other side, on the wrong side of the tax system.
Right. And for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time and you're wondering, what is this business that he keep talking about? Explain because Tony is a part of my econ. He introduced me to my econ, and he and I come from two total different job situations. Uh, even our filing statuses are different, but we're able to take that same set of um what would you call it? Same set of rules for the business,
Mm-hmm.
and
A toolkit.
right, right. So kind of explain to them what our business is, since you've been
Okay,
doing
I'm
it
gonna, I'm
since
gonna give y'all
9 years.
the hot bullet points is that it has been around for 19 years, debt free, A+ with the Better Business Bureau, cash flow, people inside of the business, cash flowed over $500 million, not just the owners, but people like myself, Melissa, paying off debt, student loan debt, cars and trucks, and walking away from jobs. So I know this company is bona fide. It is solid. We know the
Mhm.
founders. I broke bread. We broke bread with them. I can call him up right now. I'm talking about, took $10, made 600 million, and then he packaged it. He put it in a box for people to be able to use it and apply it to their own personal situation. My econ is short for my economy. what's
Right.
going on in Tony's household, what's going on in Melissa's household. You use this toolkit to be able to get debt free. You're using this toolkit to get cash flow positive, right? You're using this toolkit to get business deductions and business income, right? You're talking about 5 or 6 streams off of one system, a membership. All you have to do is share it. And what me and Melissa do, we simply tell our story. I don't have to sell you something that works. I know it works. So, man,
Right.
when we get together, we share what we do. The company compensates us for it, and everybody wins. So, man, when I saw this, I knew it was God sent. You know, I even started a church I used to start going regularly to a church that I attend because I was hearing God's words in the business. It's all biblical based. You know, we don't supposed to owe nobody. We're supposed to leave an inheritance for our kids. God gave us the power to gain wealth. I learned all of this stuff from a membership because of the people that I'm connected with. And this is what we do all the time. So I already
Right.
know my blessings are coming from just sharing this information with other people. Woo, man, that was rough right there. Yeah. I think I
Well,
stopped breathing. I think I stopped breathing for a minute.
now you said all that, but you still haven't. I bet you there's still somebody out there
What
asking,
they do?
what is the business? What will I do?
Okay, so the business is simply sharing a membership that can help you get wealthy.
Right.
We know people that are struggling with credit. We have a credit repair system inside of the membership.
Yes, we
We
do.
have people that just need an extra $200 to $500. We have the strategies inside of the membership that can help you properly adjust your W-4. It's in the membership. We have a what they call a travel membership. Everybody wants tax savings. Everybody wants a great deal on Airbnb or a cruise or hotel flights.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the membership. So if you're using this as a membership, you actually have a business that you not only can you use, but you can share it with other people. So this is where the whole thing comes is that's becoming a business owner. Now, if you don't want to become a business owner, you can become a customer. You can share
Right.
what you have, but ultimately the game plan is to get wealthy, using a system, a leverage system. I mean, that's unlimited income. You don't have to ask your boss, can I work an extra hour or two to get some time, double time and nothing like that. You create your own wealth with what you have and just share it like up close and personal on social media, like me and Melissa are doing right now. So I
Exactly.
mean, our system is packed with everything you need. It has a support system. I mean, any given day you can log in on social media. You're gonna hear multimillionaires speaking and sharing. Some associates like myself, I'm not at their level yet, but I know enough to be able to get the information out. And if I can't do it, I know hundreds of other people that can. So we're all connected. We're building a culture of
Right.
financial freedom fighters, if you will.
And one thing that I think people don't think about, because usually when they hear about business opportunities like this, the first thing they think is, I don't want to sell. I don't want to, I don't feel like harassing folks trying to get them to buy stuff. We do not sell stuff. I mean, we do have products and services that you can buy,
Mm-hmm.
but our main concern is not patenting nothing, you
Right.
know. And one of the things, and I think about it every time I see it. If you are the type of person that when you go to a new restaurant, you go back to the office and you telling everybody how good it was, and then next thing you know, somebody telling you, what? After I heard you talk about, it, I went and checked out Tony Roma's, and it was good. I told my uncle them about it. They're gonna eat over
Right.
there next week. Is Tony Roma's gonna give you a financial incentive for referring them?
Mm-mm.
Or another thing you see a lot, I just saw one the other day. Somebody asking what's good on Netflix to watch right
Right. I hear it all the time.
now. Netflix is not going to compensate you for answering that post. And
Right.
when you answer the post, a lot of other eyes are going to be on it. those people are gonna go watch it. So who is benefiting?
Right.
Netflix.
Netflix. Not you.
Netflix is benefiting. You get a little, and it's not a lasting gratification because once the show go off, it's over. You know,
Hmm.
so you get something out of it temporarily, but to be honest, um, you as somebody who's going and trying it ain't getting a whole lot of. For this
Hmm.
business here, when and I was doing something similar. Tony was posting about this business and stuff on his thing, like people post about Netflix and different stuff. And me being the nosy person I am, and he told me he doing all this, he cash flowing all this money. I'm like, what do cash flow mean? What
Hmm.
what what is he talking about? And then I'm already knowing he got a good job. What he worried about money for anyway? So
Hmm.
it's crazy when curiosity get the best of you,
Oh
and
yeah.
you have to go on and break down and
What you
ask
doing?
somebody what's going on. But
Right.
unlike if he had told me, if I was trying to find out, well, where you buy that so and so at, you know, and I go buy it, it was different because he gave me information that not only I could benefit from, but I could share it with other people and get residual income from sharing it with other people. So just think about how much money you would have if every time you recommended a restaurant, a movie, a streaming, whatever, a place where you bought this, that, and the other. If somebody was giving you, I'm just gonna say $10 for every time you've done that in your entire life, some of y'all will be rich.
Oh yeah.
And when you tell people that and they know you ate at the place or they know you watched the movie and they see it could be church. If I was saying I'm looking for a church in the area and you told me about your church, Pastor ain't gonna give you no incentive for
Right.
sending no new members over there. He gonna appreciate you. But
Hmm.
this job, the difference between that and this business we have is we are compensated for referring people. And then once those people get in, you not only have, because I mean, for me, the financial compensation is good, but I get the biggest thrill out of helping other people get to that aha moment where they
Hmm.
realize I should have been doing this all along. You
Yeah.
know, that feeling right there, to me, that's priceless. You can't put a price on that. And the
You
thing
know
of
what I
it
really
is,
like about this too is people that started this company that's in business. They never leave. It's because
no,
it's a necessity to have this. Why would you go back to overpaying taxes and when you can get your money up front? Why would you be waiting on your job? Like at one point, I was doing so well in this company that I actually forgot when it was payday at my job, and that's how you want to get to a point where let me just let that build up and invest it, and you're actually
uh-huh,
being able to live off of the money that you started in your business. It to me, it just felt better because it's like a baby. You nurture that baby all the way up. You're feeding it and you're watching it grow and you're getting stronger. And you say, oh, well, you starting to look like me, and you're hugging and loving them. That's what you do in your business. You put all of your energy and your efforts into that, not your job.
right,
I mean, a
right,
job is like autopilot. You get there, clock in, do what you do, go, you're in a little robotic state. But for me, man, I'm being able to be creative. I'm actually meeting new people. I'm actually increasing my. I don't have to wait on my job to give me a cost of living raise. I can give
right,
myself a raise tonight while I sleep. If somebody joins my business, I'm making money while I sleep. Everybody needs some type of vehicle to get money while you sleep. That's the
yep,
ultimate goal. That's what wealthy people do. They create systems. They operate in systems. You should not be the only person working. If you're self-employed in a job, your business can't operate without you. You got a job. You need a system in place that will allow that you can make money when you're not there. That's what
right.
we have. That's what we
That's
have.
ideal.
Yeah.
That is absolutely ideal. And I can say the same thing. Prior to starting this business, I ain't never forgot I was getting paid. It was more like a countdown. Like how
Yeah.
much longer we got? It's just Tuesday. We don't get paid to
Yeah.
Friday. You
Right.
know, and it makes a difference because multiple streams of income is what we push.
Yeah.
And people hear multiple streams of income. What's the first thing you think they got to do to have multiple streams of income
You got to sell something?
or get multiple jobs?
Yeah, multiple job. Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Because it's like when we say you need multiple streams of income, we ain't telling you to go out there and get 4 part-time jobs.
Yeah, right.
We have a business that teaches you things that you can do to create streams of income that you were doing anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
Only difference is now they're showing you how to capture it and report it so that you could be compensated for it. You know?
Right. Right.
So you could keep living the life that you're living now other than telling people about your business. And you will see the same things like when we started this business, you know, before this business, I wasn't able to write off my cell phone bill. I was not able to write off my internet. I was not able to capture mileage for places I drive or all the other different common tax deductions that you get for having a home based business. And the only difference between the day before and the next day was I had a business now. I was still doing the same stuff. But now that I have a business, I can count that as expenses. I learned how to hire my child. My child is going to be 14 in March. She has been an employee of my business since she was 5. She
Mm-hmm.
has a retirement set up. You know, now she'll tell you she don't get paid, but she does. She don't realize that streams of income can come in other ways than me just you know, throwing money
Mm-hmm.
on them.
Right.
But I'm learning about generational wealth. I'm learning things that my parents didn't know to tell me. You know, they had heard about it. They
Mm-hmm.
might have had watched the episode of Oprah and
Mm-hmm.
seen her special guest who talked about it. But my child is gonna have somebody who is living it, who is sharing it, and who is benefiting from it. And that's
Right.
me and her.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. You know, so I know we got to get ready to get off here, but for when I started, one of the main things I started was my daughter's investment account, like Melissa. I started with $100 when she was like 1. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally right now, I can show you she has a little over 30,000 that I invested, and then on the with the help of Alpha, she got another 30 plus. So by the time she retired, I'm looking to have 100,000 in her investment account. So
Wow.
so it's like $100 invested over 18, 20 years. You'd be surprised how much that money can grow. And I learned that from taking money that I was losing on my job to invest it for my daughter. So the money
Right.
you're losing, you should be investing it. And we're going to show you how to do that if you had the membership that we were talking about. The toolkit will educate you and show you how to do that. And the term is called income shift. You're just taking your money from where you were losing it and you're investing it, and it's going to give you a better tax, a better tax break anyway.
Because you know, technically all of America, most of America is doing an income shift right now, but it's pretty much in reverse. You shifting that money that you could be getting in your check every week to getting it once a year when you file your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shift in the opposite direction.
Right.
You making yourself wait, and I think it's because we've been conditioned to think of that refund as some type of bonus or pay, you know, extra pay on the job. We look at it like it's a reward. It's not a reward, y'all. It's your money.
Mm-hmm.
It's where they took too much in taxes out of your check, and now that they didn't took the money out, invested it where they want to invest it at, grown interest off of it. Now they finna I think of it like you getting them a fresh washcloth. They took their washcloth. They did not only wash themselves, they washed their car. They did everything they could do with their washcloth. And when they get done, they gonna give it back to you for you to wash it and be able to use it again. They done got
Yeah.
what they needed it for. Now, mind you,
Right.
they gave it back. They didn't keep
Yeah.
it, but they
Hmm.
gave it back to you, used and ran through. That's how your money been used and ran through. When you get it back once a
Right.
year, because they have actually profited
Yeah.
from, and when I say they, I mean the United States Treasury, IRS, whoever you want to call it. They have used their money to invest, and now they're gonna squeeze that rag out, shake the dust off of it, and say, "Here you go."
There you go.
And we supposed to be over there like,
Yeah. Oh
really?
man.
But it's all about perspective. It's all about how things are, the delivery of how people give you what you got going on. And we live in a society where we're used to um everybody doing things the same way. You would be surprised how hard it was for me personally. I can't speak for Tony, but for me to go from a W-4 mindset, W-2 mindset to a 1099. It's like I've been doing that for so long that when I started trying to think outside of the box and think about being a business owner, every now and then I want to get pulled back over to uh, you know, doing it this way. So
Hmm.
it's harder than you think. It's a lot
Hmm.
harder than you think because we get so conditioned, we get so used to. We get used to getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, or if you get paid once a month, you get used to getting that refund once a year, and you are in that train of thought. And the thought of doing it differently just don't make no sense.
Don't
Like
seem
what?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that ain't gonna work. That can't work. So
It's
anyway,
the forced savings method. That's what everybody has been accustomed to, and really, that's not a wealth strategy. That's a poor mindset mentality. You got to utilize your own money when you get it. You should not outsource it to anybody, especially interest free.
right. Right, and they didn't printed it up and did these commercials about H&R Block and this money you could get back and make it seem like it's a magical amount that you've been blessed with for being you. Just because you're you, we're gonna give you this money. We're gonna give you your money. So anyway, yeah, we coming up on 54 minutes. So Tony, I appreciate you letting me
Thank
pick
you.
your brain about 25 years. Again, congratulations on that
Thank you.
milestone. Because
Thank
not
you,
many
honey.
people can say they've been at
Right.
the same place for 25 years. And thank you for the guests that joined us. Jill's comfort zone. She said you two are giving great info. Thank you for sticking
Thank
around,
you.
Jill. Um, Dime Davis,
Hey,
uh,
Di, I'll be calling you, Di, maybe tomorrow. Let's do something.
Jonathan Lewis. You know
Jonathan,
Jonathan?
what's up, John? I know him,
Okay.
co-worker.
All right. So those were the guests that commented. If you're catching this as a replay, please thumbs up, like, share. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to myself and Tony. Our information is at the end of the video. He's the Tony Clopton Show on YouTube, and you can find Tony on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You
Yeah,
anywhere else?
yeah, that's it.
And I'm on all of those too. Just look for Melissa King. If anybody is interested on info on how you can get started in this business, reach out to us. We'll be happy to talk to you, guide you to the right place, and help you get started. So, yeah, reach out to us. So we are going to get out of here so that I can upload this to Instagram, and I guess we'll be seeing them next week.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
You're right.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Felsa Clopton.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We
All right.
out, y'all.
Thank you for being a part of the conversation. Now, are you ready to start your home-based business? If your answer is yes, contact Tony or Melissa to get started today.